Hey guys, I'm Crimson Tynan.
And I'm Rabid, caveman.
And we're going to do episode 1, first impressions on Akame got killed. So to start things off, the story plot was basically about a kid named Tatsumi who wanted to become a commanding officer, but apparently his wish didn't come true.
No, it didn't.
Apparently, later in the episode, he was trying to find his missing 2 friends, and he later on that he got fraud and stolen by a girl named
Leone, and she was hot, but she's an a-hole.
She got a
and to make it worse, she's like, "Oh, can you buy me a meal?
I'll show you the way how to get to the commanding officer right away."
And she takes all of his money. It's like, oh, damn.
But then later on, she actually kind of owed back. She kind of she stopped Akame from killing him during the
actually. If you think about it, Leone kind of saved him his ass, because the main character, Tatsumi, was gonna die if it wasn't for the night raid assassin. So
right,
he saved his ass.
Plus, they were standing over there watching anyway.
Yeah.
So, but later in the scene, after he lost all his money, he was laying on the street, and then we get a girl named Arya, kind of like a sweet talk him, saying, "Oh, if you want to stay in our place, it's actually really more better than what you're laying down right now." He's like, "Sure." Like first, he kind of like. He had a bad weird feeling. He's like, I shouldn't go. But then she's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
So she went over there, and then she met a whole family member.
And they all seemed like nice people.
But then later in the scene, we get some mysterious things in this whole house. Like everything was weird. And then later in the scene, we get Akame started killing a fodder character that no one gives a shit, and it was really good, well animated. I love this whole anime. This episode 1 was so good because the way she chopped her in half, and you see all blood pouring out. It was so good, especially in the beginning. How Tatsumi was fighting a monster, giant creature. It looked like a cockroach at first. I thought it looked like a cockroach and a shrimp or crab. Well, whatever. But it looked like he was gonna chop him in half, but then he sliced him. It looked like except in the arm, he cut him off, and it had pure blood. It was really that good. But anyway, back to the main topic. So Akame kills her, and then Tatsumi was like trying to see what's going on, and then he sees the night raid assassins all standing, and he was all staring at it. He looked like he's scared as hell. Yeah. And then one of the guards was taking Arya to a safe, looked like a barn, or not saying barn, but like another building. Yeah. And then that's where Tatsumi meets Akame face to face, and then they were just pretty much fighting each other. Well, not fighting, kind of like a sword play, kind of like a fence. They're just.
No, that was playing fighting.
They were just playing fighting because she.
More like Akame was playing, because
she didn't want to kill him. She didn't want to. She's not a target. Remember, she's like.
Yeah. Later in the fight, he does become a target.
Yeah, because he wasn't listening, because he thought that Arya was being innocent, but then when they realized that when they hit that door, there was all these everyone's all dead. It's like prison. A woman got chained. Everyone's like all starving to death and being drugged. Yeah. And then also that I think either Akame or Leone was mentioning that they're rich people, but they're like killers, like murderers.
Yeah, they're fucked up. They take any poor person from the street and kill them. And there was actually hints, because when you notice when Arya rescues our main character from living on the street, you notice that the guards say, "Oh, this is the next person she helps," and you're thinking, and when you get to the house, it doesn't show the other people. You're like, where the fuck did the other people go?
Yeah, that's why I was like weird.
So there were hints that
even Tatsumi was kind of feeling weird.
Even before the reveal that there was something going on. There's one downside about the story. The opening spoils too much, because if they would have not shown the opening, we would have been safe. No. Oh. If they would not have shown the opening, Vera could have been assuming that the assassins would have been the bad guys, but now that we see the opening, we know they're good guys. That surprise is gone. They could have made the first episode better. They should have had the opening at the end of the episode.
But then they had to show it. But now that we got spoiled, they're good guys now.
Actually, in this case, it actually would have been better if they would have just had the opening near the end of the episode and not even show the ending theme and had the black credits, sort of like how JoJo or the Ping Pong the animation did it, not to spoil. That might have been better.
Right. And then also Tatsumi finds out that his both friends were dead, except one of his friends were still alive, except he drugged himself, so he's slowly dying.
He didn't drug himself. Someone drugged him.
Yeah, but anyway, he's pretty much saying his last words, and he wants to tell him that continue on your adventure. It was kind of sad.
Yeah, it was.
It felt bad, like you were starving to death and all that. I wonder how long, but then when he was looking at Arya, like, as if, like, he's like, who, like, you actually did this?
Yeah.
And then he comes up to her, like, no talking, no hesitate, he just slashed her. I'm like, thank God you killed that blonde bitch.
Yes.
Because she is a bitch.
Yeah.
She even said out loud that I'm glad I killed this woman.
I think the reason why she did that is because she knew she was going to die anyway. So she was like,
yeah, she was
might as well
even
boast
turning
about
around.
it. Might as well just boast about it before I die.
Instead of being quiet like a bitch.
Yeah.
But later, and then the end of the episode, we pretty much get Akame, and they actually, you know, what was her name again? Leone. Sorry, I'm tired today. I'm tired. But Leone pretty much gets him and wants to force him join as the assassin raid. Night raid assassons. Yes. And he actually kind of acknowledges it. He actually accepts it. It looked like he didn't want to, but then later you see his face reaction. He's like, okay, I'm joining. That was really good. And then we see the night guy. He was pretty funny. He's like, oh, I'll take it. He's like, what the hell? But this was really a fantastic episode. I really love it. I can't wait to review this all the time. This was really good. Score? And the score, we give it a 8.9
out of 10.
8.9 out of 10? It was really good. I love the blood. The blood and gore was good. Especially the opening scene where they talk about like how the way they treat people. You see the actual animation. Yeah. The animation was really good. Yeah. The art was really good, and overall, I really love it, including the music. The soundtrack was really good. Great. But I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe, and also visit Rabid Caveman's channel. And see you guys next week.